I'll call the meeting to order at 6:06 p.m. And note that the members present are myself, Gary Martin, Christine Dupras, Carol Waldorf, Craig Rosen. Kent Wilkins is a non-member who is participating. Let's see. So the only item on our agenda is the articles on the special and annual town meetings. So I guess I should go through them one by one, and maybe we can lump some of them together to make the voting a little more streamlined. Does that seem like a reasonable thing to do?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any opinions on okay, so let me find the special town meeting. I'm working from that packet that went to the Board of Selectmen for their meeting last week. So for the special town meeting, well, I guess, yeah, okay, so the first, yeah, there doesn't seem to be a convenient way of lumping these together. So let me just go through them one by one. So Article 1 is to appropriate $28,371.34 in the Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund for the purpose of paying 3 prior fiscal year bills, and it's to be funded from the certified retained earnings of the Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund. Do we have any questions or comment about that?
That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. We have a motion as to whether to recommend it.
I'll make the motion
I'll
to
second.
recommend.
Yep.
Okay, so Carol, motion, Craig, second. This is going to be slow because we no longer have a clerk.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, yeah, right. At a time when we most need her. Okay, so we have a motion and we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'm not hearing everybody, but we have to call the roll anyway. So Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Yes.
Craig,
Aye.
and myself, aye. In my notes, I was going to use your first initial to abbreviate, but we've got 3 C's and a G. Okay. So that's approved unanimously. Okay, so Article 2, to see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash $100,000 to supplement the educational assessment of the Old Colony Regional Vocational Technical High School for additional tuition due for special education students. So do we have any questions or comments on that?
I think this one,
We have a
we had no
motion?
choice.
Yeah. So do we have a motion?
I'll make the
make the
motion this
motion.
time to recommend.
Second.
Craig, motion. Carol, second. And I think I'll just call the roll rather than have a voice vote. So Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Yeah.
Craig,
Aye.
and Gary, aye. So that is recommended unanimously. Article 3, to see if the town will vote to appropriate the sum of $167,000 $961.66 for the purpose of supplementing funds for payment of the sewer use charges received from the city of Fall River in the expense budget of the Water Sewer Enterprise Fund with funding from a transfer of certified retained earnings. So that's entirely within their budget.
Right.
Okay, so any issues on that?
No.
We have a motion?
Motion to recommend.
Okay, so Carol, motion. We have a second?
I'll second it.
Craig, second. The vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Yes.
Craig?
Aye.
Okay, and Gary, aye, it's unanimous. I just realized that I got to read the announcement that I have to read at the beginning about remote meetings. So I think I'd better do that before I forget entirely, which means I need to find the right document. Sorry about this. If I can even figure out which document it is.
Do you have the posting for the meetings that you posted? It should be on one of those.
It should, if I remembered to put it on. I might very well have forgotten.
No, it's on, it's on the,
Oh,
it's on
I
there.
found it, yes. Yes. Okay, so pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12th, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, GLC 30A, Section 18, and the Governor's March 15th, 2020 order imposing strict limitation on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting of the Freetown Finance Committee will be conducted by remote participation. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. A recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of the proceedings will be posted to the town's YouTube channel and/or the Town of Freetown website, freetownma.gov. Okay, so that's out of the way. A little late. Okay, so back to the articles. We're up to number 4. To see if the town will vote to rescind authorization of the unissued portion of debt in the amount of $72,000, which was originally authorized in the amount of $6,500,000 under Article 1 of the special town meeting of November 14th, 2018, for the purpose of financing the construction, furnishing, and equipment of a new police station. So that is money that we didn't need to borrow, so we're rescinding the authorization to borrow that money. So are there questions?
No.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to
I'll
recommend.
make the motion.
Okay.
Okay, we have 3 motions. I think I heard Christine first. Second?
Second. Carol.
Carol, second. Okay, so the vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Yes.
Craig,
Aye.
Gary, aye. That's unanimously recommended. Article 5. So this is to see if we'll raise or appropriate money for the Capital Stabilization Fund.
I have these crossed
Uh,
off. Didn't we move these to the annual?
Yeah, 5 and 6.
You know,
Yep.
yeah, I think the point was that we wouldn't have any money to put in those anyway.
Exactly.
So
I
yes,
think
they're
they-
actually being removed.
Special.
So they're actually being removed from the meeting, right?
They're being removed from the
Yep.
special. And they were put on,
Okay.
um,
Yeah, they
Annual.
were on,
they weren't 25,
they
but
were
they were
on,
funding.
yeah, they were on both meetings.
Right, and Kim had
Yeah.
suggested we,
Uh, So with the special, the money is from the 2020 budget, right? Right, this money is
crossed out.
left over.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, yeah. But I just have a question that probably Christine is best able to answer. The special town meeting is spending money in the 2020 budget, right?
correct, yes.
Right. So
So maybe I have them crossed off,
technically,
and no money.
yeah, I think they're crossed off because we have no money, right? Ordinarily, we would have money from both years.
We're not gonna
go
fund
into
either
this
for
account.
20 or 21?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not really sure about 21. It could be that at the end of the meeting, we have money left over. But
Yeah, I think
we
they
never
were
know
talking
those.
In the fall, we could true it up?
Yeah. But at the town meeting, we never know those numbers until the end anyway.
Oh, really?
So we,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
well,
absolute end.
it depends on which articles pass.
Because in our world, we put
How
it on
much?
for a set amount regardless.
Oh,
So it's just done differently in different towns, so I'm just not used to that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think those numbers usually come up at the meeting, right?
Kim
based on
usually
which-
runs like a tally and gives us the numbers right at the end of the regular town meeting.
And that's why the articles are the last ones. That makes sense.
Right.
Right.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we can go on to the annual now. Let me just check and see whether I've gotten anything from Katie. No. Okay. It's funny because I moved the meeting from Thursday to Friday to accommodate her schedule.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Trying to get the right screen on in front of me here. Okay. Oops. Oh, there. Kate just says, I'm sorry. Okay. She didn't say whether she was actually joining or not. Okay. Oh, I had a minor emergency with my SO. I'll sign on now. Okay. So let me just say thanks. Okay. So, yeah, actually, why don't we just wait a moment for her so she can start with the annual at the beginning. Just a few seconds. Hopefully. yet. Oh, here she is. Okay. And connecting to audio. Okay. Usually it doesn't take this long. Who's that?
That's my phone, sorry.
Oh,
Very
okay.
sorry, I'm so late.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Had such
So,
an awful body.
to catch you up, yeah, to catch you up, we just went through the special town meeting and recommended all of the relevant articles. All of the recommendations were unanimous. And we're about to start the annual. We're getting some background noise from somebody. Okay, better. So with Article 1, that's the omnibus budget. I don't know how that works in terms of recommendation, whether we recommend it or whether that's just the line by line recommendations we make when we do the budget on Tuesday with the selectmen. Does anybody know how that should work?
In my experience, it's done by department.
Okay, so when we go through the budget with selectmen on Tuesday, line by line, or department by department, we'll make a recommendation. And yeah, so we don't have to make a recommendation on the article itself. Kent, do you have experience with that?
How is it voted on at town meeting? Is it voted department by department or line by line?
Pretty
Yeah, I
much
think
by
so.
department and how it's broken down, whether it's personal or expenses,
Right.
and somebody might want to change something and they vote on it as such. And I think when the whole thing is gone through, then we would approve Article 1. That's my recollection.
Yeah, I think what we do is we discuss each department, make a recommendation for each line, and vote on the whole thing as a package.
Well, usually the finance and the select board have already agreed, and it's only if members of the audience want to change something.
Hmm.
That's at town meeting.
That's at town
Yes,
meeting,
yeah.
right?
We're talking mostly about our recommendation in advance.
I mean, do the selectmen and the finance committee typically get together and discuss it line by line? Or do you guys discuss it on your own before going to the selectmen?
Some we do and some we don't.
So we went over all of these, didn't we, with them?
Yes.
Hmm?
I would imagine you
Didn't we,
would.
oh,
Well,
didn't we already go over all of these with them?
You mean the warrant articles?
Yeah.
the articles, but not the
Yeah.
budget lines in the.
Oh, not
Yeah,
the line,
right,
the
the
budget. That's right. Okay.
Budget we do on Tuesday. And we can't
Okay.
really make a recommendation on the budget, which is Article 1, until we know what the budget is.
Right.
I mean, we're going to be recommending. We're going to be recommending Article 1
Anyway.
potentially, we just don't know what the numbers are yet.
Correct. So why don't we just
Yeah,
pass
I
that
get-
one up and we'll discuss that Tuesday with them? Can't we just make a motion to table that until Tuesday?
Yeah, well, I don't know about tabling, but,
Well, wrong word. Let's just put a hold on it until.
Yeah.
we-
Put a hold on it maybe if that's what you want.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
All right, my phone just dropped below I'm at like 11% right now, and if it goes lower than that, it won't charge ever. So I'm gonna have to.
Can you plug it in and continue?
That's the problem. It won't. When you plug it in, it won't take a charge.
Oh, huh,
I mean, the phone works fine, but just doesn't want to take a charge.
okay. Okay, well, I
I
guess
need a phone.
we,
I need a phone.
since
That's
we
what
have a
the
quorum,
problem is.
we can continue with that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get with Carol. I'll see you all on Tuesday. Hopefully the
Okay.
phone will be charged. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, bye. Okay. And I guess Article 2, we're kind of in the same situation since we don't have firm numbers.
So let's
Those
just hold that
numbers,
one too.
I believe those numbers are in the working budget, but since that isn't set in stone yet, we probably can't vote on this.
Well,
So I guess
today
we'll
I
hold
watched
off.
a meeting from the 18th and they didn't know which way they were going on that. I think George wanted to give these people a raise and Lisa was saying not till we know the budget and all this mess. I
this
don't
is
know
the
if you want to make a
this is the
recommendation
elected-
to leave it as it was or not.
Kent, this is not the thing that George was talking about. This is the elected officers.
Oh, that's right. That was the bylaw people. That's true. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we hold off on that until we see the number. But I'm pretty sure those are going to stay the same. Okay. So Article 3 is $970,701 in Water Sewer Enterprise Fund. For indirect costs appropriated in the general fund as part of the omnibus budget. Okay, so that's paid for by their money. Let's see, it says supported by $50,000 in certified retained earnings, and the remaining 700 and sorry, I can't read these things on the computer. $920,701 from the water enterprise receipts. Okay, so that's all entirely within their budget. So do we have any issues with that?
No,
No. Do we have a
I make the
on
motion to
that?
recommend.
Okay, so Carol motion. Do we have a second?
Second,
Who was that?
Christine.
Okay. And, okay, so the roll call vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
and Gary, aye. That's unanimously recommended. Article 4 is $38 to remove a tree. Do we have any discussion?
Read that to me.
To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate the sum of $38 for funding the removal of a very large tree located at 29 Brayley Road. And
Oh,
take
yeah, right.
action. Yeah.
Yeah. I make the motion to recommend.
Okay. So Carol motion. We have a second.
Second, Christine.
Christine, second. Okay, roll call. Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
Gary, aye. That's unanimously recommended. Article 5, to see if the town will vote to accept provisions of Mass General Laws, Chapter 59, Section 28, 1F, which provides 10% increase in compensation for an assessor or assistant assessor who has completed the necessary courses of study and training, been awarded a certificate by the International Association of Assessing Officers as a certified assessment evaluator, or who been awarded a certificate by the Association of Massachusetts Assessors as a certified Massachusetts assessor, and further to raise and appropriate and transfer from available funds the sum of $419.21 to supplement the budget of the Board of Assessors for this purpose, or take any action relative thereto.
No discussion.
Okay, we have a motion.
Now I make the motion I recommend.
Carol makes the motion. Second,
I'll second. It's Katie.
Christine. Okay, vote. Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Aye.
Katie. Okay, you were muted there.
Yep.
Okay, and Gary, aye. So that's unanimously recommended. Article 6 is $500 for maintenance of veterans' graves.
Aye. I have no discussion with that. I say recommend.
Okay, so do we have a motion?
I make the motion.
Carol motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Christine.
Christine second. And vote. Christine,
Aye.
aye. And Carol
Aye.
and Katie.
Aye.
Okay, and Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. So Article 7 is $2,000 for the sexual assault and domestic violence program at the Bedford Women's Center. That's something that we do every year.
I make the recommendation.
I
Okay.
second.
That was, who was seconding? Christine?
Katie.
Katie.
Yep.
Okay. And, okay. So the vote, Christine,
Aye.
aye, and Carol,
Aye.
and Katie,
Aye.
and Gary, aye. That's unanimously recommended. Article 8, to see if the town will, I don't have to read all of that, $2,500 repair or restoration of monuments in various cemeteries. Okay, so do we have any discussion of that?
No.
So I have a
Yeah.
question. So every town is different. So you guys have a cemetery department within your regular operating budget. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
something like this come out of that budget?
I don't know.
Just wonder, I just looking at a budget that was sent a while ago, and you have a, cemetery which has personnel and expenses on it.
Yeah,
I just don't know why they wouldn't make it part of their regular operating budget.
yeah. I think part of it is that they have certain funds that are, like this is funded out of, let's see. No, this is not.
The reason appropriate, yeah. regular taxation. They do
The
probably have,
expo funded out of sale of cemetery.
yeah, which is typically not required a vote if it's coming out of a special revenue fund. Usually special revenue funds, you vote limits. I just don't know how this works. Just my
Yeah,
question.
I don't really know either.
I don't want to hold it up because of it. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking some cemeteries have perpetual care, which would cover something like that, but some have used up all the money.
Yeah.
But
We've
what,
got a
Ken?
tremendous amount of cemeteries in town, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
don't know why they do a separate article instead of adding it, but I
Yeah.
get it if it's a one-time thing.
Yeah, that's something to ask Mike McHugh at some point, but
Is this on here like yearly typically, or is this a?
yeah, they usually
I
are.
believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
just wondering. If we didn't have a cemetery department, it would make more sense to me, but where we do, and we already have expense line for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know.
Okay.
Okay, so do we have a motion?
I'll make the motion to recommend.
Carol, motion. Second.
I'll second, Christine.
Okay, Christine, second. Vote, Christine. Christine, vote.
Oh, sorry, aye. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Carol,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
and Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. Article 9, this is $3,500 coming from the sale of cemetery lots to be used by the Cemetery Commission for maintenance and improvements at the Assonet Burying Ground. Okay, do we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to recommend.
Christine, motion.
And I just
Second.
got the answer to my question on the previous article.
Oh, okay. What was that?
Right in black and white in front of me, but
Carol, second.
Carol is seconding. And vote, Christine
aye.
and Carol
Aye.
and Katie
Aye.
and Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. Okay, so what's the answer?
That they're looking to begin repairing and restoring monuments in some of the oldest cemeteries that don't have a perpetual care account.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so that's just in the explanation.
Yeah, I didn't read
Yep.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so we're up to Article 10. This is required. It's $6,800 for updating a 2-year actuarial analysis of the OPEB. So any discussion? Do we have a motion?
No. I'll make the motion. Carol.
Carol, motion. Do we have a second?
Second, Christine.
Christine. Okay, so the vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
Gary, aye. Okay, so that's unanimously recommended. Article 11 is $20,000 from special revenue receipts reserved for appropriation account known as the PED Access and Cable Related Fund for the purpose of funding video service agreements. So that's transferring money from a special fund to pay for video services. So we have any discussion? Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to recommend.
Christine, motion. Second?
I'll second. It's Katie.
Second. Okay, so the vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Katie?
Aye.
And Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. Articles 12 and 13, I guess we could probably take those together. Those are each $30,000 by the highway department employees.
Those the ones that weren't going to be going forward?
Well, they're going to be on the warrant, but
They're going to read at the town meeting.
They're gonna be pulled at town meeting, that's what I
no,
understood.
well, that wasn't the words that Mike used in his message last night. He said that would recommend that they be postponed indefinitely. So he suggested that our recommendation should be to postpone them indefinitely.
I'll make that a motion to postpone them indefinitely,
So for both 12 and 13. Right?
both of them. Yeah.
12 and 13, Carol, motion to postpone indefinitely. Do we have a second?
I'll second. It's Katie.
Chris, Katie. Right? And the vote, Christine
Aye.
and Carol
Aye.
and Katie
Aye.
and Gary, aye. And let me hang up on that phone call that's spam, if I can. I don't know why it won't let me hang up. Okay. So we're unanimously recommending to postpone indefinitely on 12 and 13. 14. That's $5,300.35 for the schools to pay for network infrastructure. I don't remember exactly what the selectmen decided on or had said on that. I think they were saying that the schools were not going to go forward with that, but I don't remember the exact wording. Does anybody remember that better than I do?
I don't have
What
any
was the
notes
amount?
on it.
No. What was the amount on that?
85,300 and change.
I don't recall what did they say? What was that for again?
Network infrastructure for the schools, new wireless network.
I don't even recall that.
Yeah, it was there and it was discussed a little bit, but I think
Is it possible that we were gonna discuss it with Lakeville to come up with a common
Oh,
ground? Because I'm sure
yeah,
it
I
would be
think-
on their thing too.
yeah, maybe that
I
was it.
think that sounds right, Ken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we should hold on that, I guess, right?
We'll hold that, yeah.
And then the next one, I'm also not sure what the strategy is. So that's $550,000 for the design and construction of a renovation and expansion of the Freetown Senior Center building. Does anybody remember how that played out at the meeting on Tuesday?
I think being a big amount, we may see where the budget is before we go forward with it or not. The seniors submitted this, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be somebody there to do the explanation.
Right.
It's something definitely needed, but this is maybe not the time. And
right. Yeah.
I did suggest to them that they maybe consider fall and when we get a better standing of where we are in this whole situation.
Yeah. I'm trying to look at the budget now to see whether that's even mentioned on it.
It wouldn't be in the regular omnibus budget.
Yeah. Right. Right. But on the first, I think on the first page of the omnibus budget, there's, oh yeah, okay, this would probably explain it. There's a line that's under outflow. It says ATM articles general fund. And the, oh no, that's fiscal 2020, sorry. Yeah, no, okay, I don't understand. Yeah. So under outflows on the annual town meeting from the general fund that lists $16,019.20, which certainly doesn't include that 550,000. And
Should
I
we
did
just
work
hold
out
that
what I
until the
need to-
Tuesday meeting?
Yeah, I think we'll have to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I had figured out which items were included in that.
Yeah, there were a few of them.
Yeah. And of course, I didn't write down which ones I had figured out, but I think we voted on all of them already. Okay, so that was 15. So we're going to hold on 15. Okay, 16 is
All right, you're holding 15, is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 16 is to repurpose the $619,500 from the Water Capital Project Fund, which was going to go to the upgrades to the water filtration facility. And I think the decision at the Board of Selectmen's meeting was to put that into the Capital Stabilization Fund.
Yep, that's
Well,
fine.
part of that was determined in case somehow 15 passed on the floor, then a good piece of this would have to go there.
That's what I recall as well.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, so the recommendation is to put it into capital stabilization, right?
Right.
Okay. So do we have a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion to recommend returning to capital stabilization.
Okay. So the audio on that was a bit clipped. So what I heard or think I heard was Christine making a motion to recommend that the $619,500 be returned to capital stabilization.
That is correct.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
That was Katie. And the vote, Christine
Aye.
and Carol
Aye.
and Katie
Aye.
and Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. Article 17. So that's to repurpose $61,280.95 of the unused appropriation for the Bridge Rehab Capital Project Fund. That was voted at the special town meeting in October of 2015. Funded originally with a ban, but fully repaid with transfer from free cash. Intended for the design and construction needed to rehab the bridges on Locust Street and South Main Street. And what I recommended at the selectmen's meeting, in which they approved, was to $50,000 of that toward the roof on the highway barn and the rest into stabilization. So is that, anybody have any comments?
Nope, that's what I have.
need a motion.
I'll make a motion to recommend Article 17, 50,000 to the highway roof and the rest to regular stabilization.
Okay, Christine makes the motion. And do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Katie, second. Okay, so the vote, Christine
Aye.
and Carol. Carol, are you there?
Did we lose her?
I think she's muted.
She's
or it says
muted.
muted. I don't see her anymore.
I don't see her anymore either.
Oh, I know. I see her. Well, not her face, but her camera is off. Up there she is.
Hmm.
Yep, now muted again.
Terry, can you come look at this?
Carol, we need your vote.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah. Yeah.
Aye.
Okay. It was worth waiting for. Katie? Katie, you're muted.
It just arbitrarily did that, and I don't know why.
Katie, you there?
Sorry.
Okay.
Right.
We're waiting for your vote.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the vote before.
Oh, okay.
Running
Okay.
out the door for a minute.
Okay. So Article 17, the motion by Christine was to put to repurpose $50,000 the bridge rehab money
Yes.
to do the highway barn roof and
Yep.
rest into stabilization. And Christine and Carol voted aye.
Aye.
Okay, and Gary, aye. So that's unanimous. Okay, 18 is to authorize the selectmen to enter into a tax-exempt lease purchase financing agreement with All American Investment Group to acquire police cruisers that may be financed by issuance of debt up to the useful life of the property being 3 years, to be procured as determined by the Board of Selectmen. And furthermore, the sum needed to satisfy the first year payment of this agreement will be separately identified, raised, and appropriated in the capital budget section of the omnibus budget. Okay, so that's an annual thing that we do so that we can procure those things by lease.
I thought there was a dollar amount attached to that.
That's done in the capital budget section
Oh, okay.
of the budget.
This is just allowing
Okay.
it to go through. Yeah.
Yeah. it's
Right.
Permission.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to recommend.
Second.
Okay, Carol, motion, Christine, second.
Yep.
Okay, so vote, Christine,
Aye.
Carol,
Aye.
Katie,
Aye.
Gary, aye. That's unanimous. Article 19, we don't know about yet. Article 20 is, I don't know if that counts as a financial thing or not. This is
No, I think they decided to pull it anyway.
Oh, to delay that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that being discussed. I don't remember if that was the outcome.
All right, 19 is a hold. Is that what we've got now?
Yeah, because we don't know what that article is.
Yeah, we need a further or whatever. What
we
I
don't have-
recall on 20, Mike McHugh said there'd be another one in the fall, but for some reason that wasn't going to happen. So this one,
Yeah, it wasn't clear whether the dates were going to work out properly to be able to do them together.
no,
Um,
Mike, I think later said they would be done separately. It probably makes more sense to do it now. It's probably a piece of land you can't do anything with, and this may be just to protect something,
I think they
some
wanted
cove.
to delay it to kind of move town meeting quickly.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, in any case, I don't think this has
I
a
don't think we
financial,
need to vote on it.
does this have a
There's
financial
no
impact?
monetary,
No.
right.
I don't think
Yeah.
it concerns us.
We could just say that it's not something that we
Doesn't
need to,
pertain to us.
yeah. Okay, so we'll just pass on that. And 21, similarly, that's to seek special legislation allowing for the appointment of up to 2 alternate members of the Conservation Commission.
Yeah, that was pulled too.
That's not financial. Oh, they pulled that, or?
Didn't they, Christine? Didn't they?
I don't have
Postpone
it
that?
marked that they did, but I don't see why they
Oh,
wouldn't.
it doesn't pertain to us anyway.
Right.
Right,
I think they did pull that one.
They may have.
yeah. So Article 22 is establishing spending limits for revolving funds. 500 for the town report, 800 for communications department alarms, 100 for police department exams, 7,000 for firearm safety, and 9,000 for the Long Pond program. So these are all self-funding. So all we're doing is setting spending limits for those funds. So do we have any discussion on that?
No.
Do we have a motion?
Make a motion.
That was, who was
Katie.
that?
Katie?
Yeah. And do we have a second?
I'll second, Christine.
Christine, second. Okay, so the vote, Christine
Aye.
and Carol
Aye.
and Katie
Aye.
and Gary, aye. So that's unanimously recommended. I think 23 is not financial either. That's amending the bylaw, protective bylaws and zoning laws by changing the flood map.
Yep.
So we don't have to vote on that. And then the last two are capital stabilization and regular stabilization. And we don't have any amounts, and we don't know whether there'll be any money in any case. So I guess we wait on those, right?
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so I think we are done. Okay, so I hope I'll see everybody on Tuesday, or at least hear from people on Tuesday. That's a 6 o'clock meeting. It may be that some of these items will be clarified and we need to vote on them then. So do we have any other things to discuss before we?
All right, you're not doing anything with the omnibus budget itself tonight, right?
No, we're doing that on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, so any other issues?
I didn't know if you were going to discuss maybe a couple things like any capital projects or anything like that.
No, we weren't.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we finished the agenda. Okay, so thank you, everybody, and have a good weekend, and see you on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye. Hi.
Gary, I
Yep.
got one other thing.
Yep.
You were talking about minutes and whatever. I happened to catch a little bit of a Middleborough thing, and I think they were going to use the tape minutes like we just do and have that act as the minutes, but of course Jackie would have to approve it.
Yeah. And we would have to approve it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it would save somebody writing it all up and all of this stuff,
Yeah.
just as a
Yeah,
thought.
I think Zoom has a feature which will create some sort of written transcript if it can understand what we're actually saying.
True.
Which will allow me to find the highlights very quickly and excerpt them rather than again, listening to an entire hour-long meeting, or as in the case of the selectmen, it was at least an hour and a half.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll be looking for ways of cutting corners without a clerk until we can get a replacement.
Is there a clerk that does meetings for other boards that might be interested?
Well, she was doing it.
That
for
was Katrina.
Oh,
She
she
was
did it
doing
for-
other boards too, and
So everybody lost her?
well, I'm not sure. She may have just resigned some of her duties. I'm the only one that I know of that she contacted.
yeah.
Um,
Prior to Katrina, we had our own, and periodically we'd lose one. There would be a gap before we got another one. So
yeah. So yeah, I don't know what we can do. I think there's only the one other person. Tim does it for the selectmen, but I think he's overworked at the moment.
he's probably got other things he does too for them. So I think he's got a full-time job right there.
Yeah, so I guess I'll have to deal with it. If anybody else wants to become chair after we have the June election.
You guys reorganize every year or no?
Yeah, we do, yeah. But yeah.
I thought it was if the chair wanted to leave and if somebody wanted to volunteer to do it. That was my recollection over the years.
I think we vote on it every year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That could be. I don't recall.
or at least in my experience, we do.
You do such a good job, Gary.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to end the recording now. Should have ended it a while ago. Oh, well, I need a motion. Oh, we no longer have a quorum. I was going to take a motion to adjourn, but everybody's on. Does that mean the meeting goes on forever?
Yeah, what's that mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
we used to have that problem at town meeting. Everybody would walk out and I'd walk up to the chair and make the motion, but there was no second.
Yeah, well, there's a concept called voting with your feet, where a motion to adjourn is
Oh, okay. Well,
simply
this is a
approved
little
by the
different. You
meeting.
hang it up your computer, but yeah.
I don't know what legal ground that has, but in any case, we no longer have a quorum, so I guess the
The meeting's over anyway.
over, yeah. So I'm gonna stop the recording now.
All right. I'm leaving. Have a good weekend, guys.
Okay.